What's going on, guys? The tongue is back. Today, I got another beer review for you. We're going to be looking at Old Chub Scotch Ale by Oskar Blues Brewery. This is one of my favorite beers, all beer styles. And this is my favorite Scotch Ale, as you can imagine. Now, this one is brewed in Brevard, North Carolina. The Oskar Blues opened up another brewery in North Carolina, so that way they could get their beer fresher to the East Coast instead of just getting your beer from Colorado. They now you're able to get fresher beer out east, which is a great idea. And this is just as good as the beer that comes from Colorado. They do everything just as good. But anyways, this is 8% alcohol, and I like it. They have different sayings on their cans for the different beers, and they just like to come up with like cool different saying. It says it's like Sputnik, a virtual planetoid. But yeah, anyways, I found some more information on Untappd about this beer. It says, Old Chub is a Scottish strong ale brewed with hearty amounts of 7 different malts, including crystal and chocolate malts, and a smidge of US and UK hops. Old Chub also gets a dash of beechwood smoked grains imported from Bamberg, Germany, home of the world's greatest smoked beers. Like I said, this is my favorite Scotch Ale, and this is the one that I judge all other Scotch Ales on. To me, this is what Scotch Ale should taste like. So anyways, let's go ahead and get into a glass. And it has a lovely, dark, kind of mahogany color to it. It just looks delicious. Now, Scotch ales should not be very hoppy at all. They should be very, very malty, and I love those styles of beers. I mean, I like a good IPA, like everybody else, but I actually prefer beers like this over IPAs. Although I have been drinking a lot of IPAs lately. But this one, it's got a nice dark red kind of mahogany color to it. I don't know if you can't, it's hard to see, but there is a little bit of carbonation. There's not a whole lot coming up. It had about a half to 1 finger head on there, tan head. Let's go ahead and get the aroma on this. And it's got kind of you can smell a little bit of those smoked malts in there. Smoked beers do have a very unique flavor to them and aroma to them, and this, you can smell those a little bit. It's not a whole lot, but it's just enough. You get some caramel notes in there and some like toasted bread. Very, very little hop aroma on this. Almost get like a cinnamon roll kind of aroma to it. Anyways, let's dig in. Cheers. Oh, this beer is so good. Like, this is the exact opposite of an IPA. It's super malty, and with a lot of IPAs, the hops really stay on your tongue, and they really kind of stay with you for a while, long after you have taken your sip. It just stays there, just kind of This is exactly what happens with this beer, only it happens with the malts. Very little hop flavor to this, but the malts are very strong and are very and they just kind of stay there. Like it's like they don't want to ever go away. It's just lovely. It's very it's got a sweetness to it. You do taste a little bit of those smoked malts in there. Let me take another sip real quick. Like I said, you get some caramel notes. You get a little bit of a toasted bread, even some roasted malts in there. Lovely mouthfeel, I mean, it just envelops everything in your mouth, and it's almost a velvety smoothness. Not quite like a nitro beer, but it's just so wonderful. And at 8%, this drinks like an 8% beer. Scotch ales are not really known for hiding the alcohol very well. You don't typically see, like if the beer is 8% or 10% or 13% and it's a Scotch ale, usually you can taste the alcohol that's prevalent in the beers in this style. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, yeah, some beers are really good with hiding the alcohol. Some breweries are able to do that. In certain beer styles, you certainly look for that. But with a Scotch ale, you want to be able to really kind of taste that alcohol a little bit. This one, I'm telling you, if you like Scotch ales, or if you're wanting to try a Scotch ale, this is the beer. This is the one that you should try. Like, this is the best Scotch ale out there. To me, this beer is a 10 out of 10. You can't get any better than this. I mean, this is it. This is one of my favorite beers you can have. So good. Anyways, thanks for watching, folks, and I will see you in the next video.